Hello everyone, how is everyone doing today? So everyone's doing well. It's almost midnight and I am raspy with my voice because I am so lethargic. Anyway, I'm having my turmeric tea before I go to bed because I'm old. So today I want to talk about the time when I was a teenager that I was so obsessed with having status. I think as someone who is neurodivergent, I recognize the pattern. It's like if you want to be at the top of the social ladder, you have to basically hang out with the popular kid, right? Or if you are a girl, and I think I was identifying with chasing popular men or popular boys, not men, popular boys, because even though I was a teenager and obsessed with teenager thing and obsessed with the popular kid, I recognize definitely that a boy is a boy, a man is a man, and sometimes a man is a boy, and you don't want one of those because I remember like when I was a teenager as well, like when we were 15, 16, there was one kid in our school was like 16 probably, and her boyfriend was 30. And we were like, what? And I also remember when I was 14, our math teacher basically went out with one of the kids, one of the girls that was 15, and this man was 30. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. So that's like my millennial story, just a little bit. Anyway, if you're new here, I'm Valourine. I do chatty videos like this just to keep you guys company, hang out a little bit, and also do a bit of vlogs. Yeah, come and check out my content and see if you like it. Come and stay and hang out for a bit, and check out my links what I'm up to on the internet in the description box below. So I've got my art shops, I've got my print on demand shops, I got other playlists as well. So I've got a bunch of things for you and also free stuff. Maybe I think I don't know. I have a lot of things down there. If you want to check it out, I mean like down in the description box. Um, so I remember like when I was a teenager, I always like chase uh popular kids, and I was like so deluded in my brain that I felt like, oh, they must be attracted to me. And I knew they're not, but like I always try to find like signs that they're attracted to me. And I basically read a lot of textbooks about body language. I was so obsessed with it. And, like I was so obsessed with the fact that if your feet are pointing towards a certain person, that means like that person with the feet turn directly to another person is interested in that person. So it's just like things that you would have to memorize and trying to convince yourself, like if you turn it like this, if you turn your arm like this, it makes you be more trustworthy to the other person, because it means like you are exposing your vulnerable side to them. And if you have an open body language, it's like, because I don't understand like if someone likes me or not, or if someone like is friendly or not, someone's being genuine or not. So I used to those kind of textbooks and education from the library to train myself, to convince myself if someone likes me or not. Most of the time, like I think neurotypical will probably know if they interested. Well, the key is this: like if they like you, if boys like you, they will tell you that they like you. They will call you, they will talk to you, they will approach you. If they don't, that means like they're not attracted. And if they are attracted and they're not doing all of that, like you would not want them anyway, because why would you want someone that has no balls and kind of come up to you and basically put in the effort? Like, that's the first thing that they need to do, right? But anyway, so yeah, I was so obsessed with that. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why I was being a fangirl. Is because that's the epitome of, if you date one of those idols, you are basically, you made it, right? You won this boy, this trophy boyfriend out of everyone. So I feel like as a fangirl, we probably act more like men than we do as girls, because I feel like we want to have a trophy partner. one that we can show off and improve our status by having a pretty boy next to us. And of course, like being 40 now, I know like that's definitely wrong. Men are people too. Of course, there are like 95% of crime is being done by men, especially violent crimes. Um, so there is that to be worried about, but there are still good men out there. And doesn't mean that men are not human as well. So I feel like the way I approached things when I was younger, when I was so obsessed about being normal, was definitely wrong, because I remember I was just being a stereotypical Asian, which is so definitely not the best part of me. But if you're 16, that was my excuse. I was 16. You're young and you're stupid, and that's what you do. I definitely remember doing bets. Like if you read manhwas, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you're younger and you're East Asian, you do a lot of stupid bets, like, oh, I'll bet that I can get this guy to date me and stuff like that. And one of those joking bet situation, I basically managed to get one that was popular at that time. And it's so funny because I think everyone knew it was conquest, because as soon as I got them to agree to become my boyfriend, I kind of just don't really. I don't know what to do. I mean, like, because the whole point was just to get them to agree to be my boyfriend, but I did not know what to do afterwards. Like, afterwards, like, regularly, you usually have to, you know, do relationship stuff. You have to get to know each other. You have to talk to each other. And that was really hard. And especially if you're the person who chase, you have to keep chasing even when you are in a relationship. And after a while, I just got over it. I'm like, I don't want to keep chasing. It was tiring. Um, but I remember, like, after I got him to agree to be my boyfriend, I basically gathered my friend and I have to pay up because it was like a reverse bets kind of thing. It's like, oh, yeah, if I get him, I'll, treat you guys to dinner. So I ended up like having to treat my friends dinner because I ended up being dating this guy. And it was definitely a status symbol, I think, because I think almost a lot of people knew that I was going out with this person. But the reality was, I think that's when I knew is like just because you go out with, just because you're using another person for your status uh, gain in society, it doesn't mean anything. And in the end of the day, it means like you're just using people, and that doesn't feel good. And you have to remember, like, when you're interacting with people, you are interacting with a person that has feelings and has insecurities and has all of these things. And I think back then, I didn't really view good looking people as people. I mean, like, even after that moment has passed, I feel like I still kept continuing my habit because I thought it was like an accomplishment. Oh, I could get like one beautiful man to agree to, go out with me. I want another men who are popular. It's as if that my ego was fed for a few years after that. It wasn't until I finished university, I think, that I had become, I had to deal with real life issues, that my boys craze time era faded, and until now, like 2 decades later, that I don't particularly care about them anymore. I mean, I feel like, because like I remember when I was 30 and I was having lunch with this girl that went to school with, and they remember me as that person who went out with this boy, and they were still carrying that sense of, wow, that was like my accomplishment in high school, to nab a popular guy. And that was like crazy, about like 10 years after high school, that this girl remembered that. And that was like insane. And I'm thinking, what did I do? What have I done? That was like insane. Like this person was used to increase my status, and I feel like that's definitely something that is very childish, something an adult will never do. But I feel like you still see a lot of adults do it. So I feel like I understand why middle-aged men date younger women. It definitely gives them a boost, a status boost. It's like a conquest type of thing. I definitely understand it because they're using another person, and it means like you manage to trick them somehow to agree to be with you. That's an accomplishment, that's a skill. So I don't particularly judge men harshly for that, but I feel like I do still judge them, especially if they're 40s. Like I did it when I was 16 and the other person was also like 17, 16. So it wasn't like I was chasing someone who was 40. We were like teenagers. Everyone was young, dumb, and stupid. I think he got married or something. And yeah, so it was fine. Like he moved on. I haven't. Not from him, but like from life. Like, life happened a lot. Um, but chasing status is definitely something that I learned not to do anymore when it comes to like partnership or using people. I think that was a very important lessons that you don't want to gain status by using other people. It's very uncomfortable, I suppose. And at the end of the day, it's not your accomplishment that you are achieving. At the end of the day, it's theirs. They're the one that have what it is that you want. So yeah. So I guess I'm still obsessed about chasing status, but maybe I just want chasing status from making money by myself, and not like money that is given by other people. Like, I think my deal is that I want to make money out of thin air, which is probably why I'm so obsessed in being successful in the creative things that I'm doing, like either through the print on demand business or in like I have a print on demand stuff shops that I used to do a lot of, not anymore now. I'm still in the limbo now because everything kind of just evaporated, like literally evaporated. They're still there, but they're not really making any kind of significant amount. So I'm just in that limbo place where I am thinking, how can I make money out of thin air again? And for me, like that's the accomplishment that I'm currently focusing on, or been focusing on the past 13 years. And yeah, so my point is, I don't think you should use people to increase your status. If you can, of course. But this is just fun stories that you would tell your friend. And I'm just going to avoid people, I guess, from high school so that I won't be known as someone who went out with a good looking guy. But yeah, it was such a big deal when I was young, but definitely not anymore now. As a 41 years old person, no amount of good lookingness is going to get over the fact that I have to deal with a man. I'm still attracted to a man, like I'm, unfortunately, I think. But it's the fact that I have to deal with them. It's just such a turn off. I don't know. Maybe one day I will find someone who cooks, cleans, make lots and lots of money, and all I have to do is just exist. And he'll be happy the fact that I exist in his world and give me lots and lots of money from his business. Someone can dream. Anyway, so yeah, I know I'm being a hypocrite after spending like the whole video saying to you that you should not use other people for status. But I guess in this sense, I'm not using my spouse, my future spouse, for status. I'm using him for caretaking and survival purposes. I'm not even going to show up in public together. I'll just be at home. Anyway, it's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Thanks for listening so far. If you like to hang out with me, just listening to random stories or just me mumbling and rambling stuff every day, keep you company while you're doing your life and your chores, whatever it is that you're doing. Um, Click like and subscribe. And also a reminder, ING Australia offers $125 bonus cash for new customers. And if you want to know how to get those bonus cash, you can go in the description box and find the link. It's almost near the bottom of the description. And you can see for yourself what the steps are and the terms and conditions so that you can get $125 before 31st of March 2025. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.